Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy. As the house reverberated from the furious slam of the front door, rattling the picture frames that graced the walls, Meg remained rooted in the kitchen, tightly clutching her now cold coffee mug. Another moment passed, and heavy footsteps thundered up the stairs, culminating in the crash of a bedroom door. Across the table, her friend Amanda gently laid her hand on Meg's wrist, empathy and concern etched on her features. Was that... Meg, exhausted beyond measure, nodded wearily. Devlin, she affirmed, her tone burdened by countless sleepless nights and anxiety-ridden days filled with school calls. I'm at my wit's end, Amanda. I've exhausted all options. Amanda, in a swift move, straightened her navy blazer, reaching for the well-worn manila folder she had kept safe in her leather briefcase. The vandalism at the school last month, the cyberbullying incident with the Morrison girl, the false rumors he spread about Mr. Henderson that almost cost him his teaching position. I know. Meg pushed her brown hair back from her face. The school wants to press charges this time. They said he's looking at juvenile detention or a strict rehabilitation facility. Amanda's professional tone softened. But there might be another option. Upstairs, music blasted through the floorboards. Meg glanced at the ceiling, then back at her friend. What kind of option? You could petition for full custody with specific behavioral requirements. The court sometimes allows alternative rehabilitation methods if the guardian can demonstrate a structured plan. Amanda tapped the folder. I've drawn up something that might work, but it's unconventional. At this point, I'll try anything. Even if it means completely restructuring how Devlin lives, how he presents himself to the world. Meg's eyes narrowed. What exactly are you suggesting? Amanda opened the folder, revealing pages of typed notes and legal documents. Research shows that forced perspective changes can be highly effective in breaking destructive behavioral patterns. If Devlin agrees to live under our custody, yes, I said I'd be willing to co-guardian. He would have to follow a very specific set of rules designed to counteract his aggressive tendencies, such as complete transformation of his daily presentation, different clothing, different mannerisms, even a different name. The idea is to break the association between his current identity and his destructive behaviors. The music upstairs cut off abruptly. Both women looked up as footsteps moved across the floor above. He's listening, Meg whispered. Good. He should hear this. Amanda raised her voice slightly. The alternative is the Stanton Rehabilitation Facility, 6 months minimum, possibly up to 2 years depending on behavior assessments. The footsteps stopped. Devlin, Meg called out, come down here now. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the bedroom door opened and slow, deliberate footsteps made their way down the stairs. The boy who appeared in the kitchen doorway stood just under 6 feet tall, with shaggy brown hair that fell into his eyes. He wore ripped black jeans and a faded gray t-shirt with some band logo across the chest. His expression radiated defiance. What's she doing here? He jerked his chin toward Amanda. Sit down, Meg commanded. I'll stand. I said sit down. Meg's voice carried an edge that made him blink. Slowly, he pulled out a chair and dropped into it, arms crossed. Amanda slid a document across the table. Devlin Morrison, age 18, 3 counts of vandalism, 1 count of criminal harassment, 2 counts of filing false reports, 1 count of cyber harassment resulting in emotional distress. His face paled slightly, but the defiant mask stayed in place. You can't prove any of that. Actually, I can. Amanda produced a second set of papers. Sworn statements from witnesses. Screenshots of your online activities. Yes, even the ones you thought you deleted. Security footage from the school showing you spray painting obscenities on Mr. Henderson's car. That's not... The prosecutor thinks it's enough. Amanda's tone remained professionally calm. You're legally an adult now, Devlin. These aren't juvenile pranks anymore. You're looking at real consequences. He slumped back in his chair, the defiance cracking. So what? You're here to arrest me? I'm here to offer you a choice. Amanda gestured to the papers. Option 1, You go before a judge next week. Based on the evidence and your history, you'll likely be sentenced to the Stanton Rehabilitation Facility. It's a lockdown environment. No phones, no internet, no freedom, strict discipline, manual labor, and intensive behavioral therapy. For how long? 6 months to 2 years. His hands clenched into fists on the table. What's option 2? Meg leaned forward. You agree to live under our custody with specific conditions. You follow every rule we set without question or complaint. One violation, and you go straight to Stanton. What kind of rules? Amanda pulled out another document. First, you'll surrender all your current clothing. Everything. It represents your old self, and that person is going away one way or another. What am I supposed to wear? Clothing that we select for you. Clothing designed to promote a gentler, more thoughtful demeanor. His brow furrowed. What does that mean? It means, Meg said quietly, that you'll be wearing dresses, skirts, and blouses. You'll style your hair differently. You'll walk differently, speak differently, carry yourself differently. The color drained from his face entirely. You want me to dress like a girl? We want you to embrace a complete transformation, Amanda corrected. Your current identity is toxic, Devlin. It hurts others, and it's destroying your future. This program is designed to help you develop empathy, gentleness, and social awareness. That's insane. That's the offer. Amanda's voice remained steady. Live as we direct, follow our rules completely, and avoid criminal charges. Or go to Stanton. For how long? Until we determine you've genuinely changed. Minimum 6 months? Possibly longer. He shot to his feet. This is blackmail. This is consequences catching up with you. Meg stood as well, meeting his glare. You've terrorized people, Devlin. You've hurt them for fun. You've shown no remorse, no empathy, no concern for anyone but yourself. So you want to humiliate me? We want to save you. Her voice cracked slightly. This is your last chance. After this, I can't help you anymore. He looked between them, jaw working. If I say no? Then Amanda makes a call and the police will be here within an hour. Meg's eyes filled with tears she refused to let fall. Please, Devlin. Please take this chance. The kitchen fell silent except for the hum of the refrigerator. Finally, he sank back into his chair. What exactly would I have to do? Amanda pulled out a typed list. Complete wardrobe transformation, as discussed. You'll maintain feminine presentation at all times, both in public and at home. You'll respond to a new name that we choose. You'll speak in a softer tone, walk with smaller steps, sit with your legs together. You'll help with household chores without complaint. You'll write apology letters to everyone you've hurt. You'll attend therapy sessions twice a week. A new name? Your current name is associated with destructive behaviors. A new name helps establish new patterns. What name? Meg and Amanda exchanged glances. Angela, Meg said. It means messenger of God, someone who brings good instead of harm. Angela. He said it like it tasted bitter. You'll answer to it immediately when called. Any resistance, any refusal to comply with any rule results in immediate transport to Stanton. Amanda's tone brooked no argument. This is not a negotiation, Devlin. These are the terms. Do I get any privacy? You'll have your own room, but we'll conduct regular checks. No locked doors, no internet access without supervision, no phone except for emergencies. What about school? You're already expelled. If you progress well in the program, we'll look into online education options. My friends, the ones who helped you vandalize property, who laughed when you made that girl cry, those aren't friends, Devlin. They're accomplices. Meg's voice hardened. You'll have no contact with them. He stared at the table for a long moment. When would this start? Right now? Amanda produced a contract. You sign this, and the transformation begins immediately, or I make the call to the police. I need time to think, You've had 18 years to think. That time is over. Meg pushed the pen across the table. Choose. His hand shook as he picked up the pen. If I do this, if I become this Angela person, you'll keep me out of that facility? As long as you follow every rule, yes. Amanda nodded. But understand, this isn't a costume you can take off when you feel like it. From the moment you sign, you are Angela. Full-time, no exceptions. Even alone in my room? Even alone in your room. This only works with complete immersion. He looked at his mother. You really want this? You want a daughter instead of a son? I want a child who doesn't hurt people, who doesn't destroy things, who can function in society without leaving destruction in their wake. Tears finally spilled down her cheeks. I want you to have a future, Devlin. This is the only way I can see that happening. The pen hovered over the signature line. Once you sign, Devlin ceases to exist. Angela begins. Amanda's voice carried finality. There's no going back. Even if you complete the program successfully, the court records will show this choice. Future employers, future relationships, they'll all know you chose this path. Better than a criminal record from Stanton. Yes, but don't think this will be easier. In many ways, it will be much harder. He took a deep breath and signed his name with quick, angry strokes. The moment he lifted the pen, Amanda whisked the contract away. Stand up, she commanded. He stood, confusion flickering across his face. From this moment forward, you are Angela. You will not slouch, you will not stomp, you will not scowl. Amanda circled him slowly. Pull your shoulders back, chin up slightly, soften your expression. I don't know how. You'll learn. Meg, do you have the items we discussed? His mother, Angela, watched her leave the kitchen and tried to process that shift in thinking. Not his anymore. Her mother. The thought made her stomach twist. Meg returned with a paper shopping bag. She pulled out a package of underwear, not the boxers Angela was used to, but pale pink panties with small bows on the hips. No way. What did you just say? Amanda's voice cut like ice. Angela's mouth snapped shut. When you're asked to do something, you say, yes, ma'am, or yes, mom. Nothing else. Try again. The humiliation burned, but the threat of Stanton loomed larger. Yes, ma'am. Good. Now go upstairs and change. Everything off, these on. Meg handed over the underwear and a matching bra. Then come back down. We have shopping to do. Shopping? You need a complete wardrobe. Nothing from your old life remains. Amanda checked her watch. You have 5 minutes. Don't make us come get you. Angela climbed the stairs on wooden legs. Her room, she'd have to think of it differently now, looked the same but felt foreign. Posters of metal bands covered the walls. Dirty clothes littered the floor. A baseball bat leaned in the corner from the team she'd quit junior year. All of it belonged to someone else now, someone who didn't exist anymore. She stripped mechanically, trying not to think about what she was doing. The panties felt strange, silky, and insubstantial compared to boxers. The bra took 3 tries to fasten correctly. Looking in the mirror was a mistake. She still looked like Devlin, just Devlin in women's underwear. The incongruity made her want to laugh or cry or punch the glass. Angela, time's up! She grabbed her gray t-shirt, then remembered. Nothing from the old life. Instead, she wrapped herself in the bathrobe from the back of the door and headed downstairs. Good instinct with the robe, Amanda nodded approvingly, but lose the masculine stance, feet closer together, smaller steps, arms closer to your body. The trip to the car felt like walking to an execution. Neighbors might see, someone might recognize, but no, they'd see some person in a bathrobe getting into Meg's blue sedan. Nothing noteworthy. The drive to the mall passed in tense silence. Angela huddled in the back seat, the robe pulled tight. Every stoplight felt like an eternity, every passing car a potential witness to her humiliation. First stop, hair salon, Amanda announced as they parked. That shaggy mess has to go. But you said brown hair. Your natural color stays, the style changes. Come on. Walking through the mall in a bathrobe should have been mortifying, but the few early shoppers barely glanced their way. Amanda led them to a salon with pink neon signs and pop music drifting from the doorway. I need a complete transformation for my daughter, Meg told the receptionist. Something feminine and flattering, shoulder length, maybe some layers. The stylist, a woman with purple streaks in her black hair, studied Angela critically. First time growing it out? I can work with this length. Might take some creative styling, but we'll make her gorgeous. The next hour passed in a blur of snipping scissors, blow dryers, and products that smelled like flowers. Angela watched her reflection change incrementally. The stylist shaped the brown hair into something softer, with side-swept bangs and subtle waves. Not quite feminine on her still masculine face, but heading that direction. Beautiful, the stylist beamed. With some makeup and the right outfit, you'll be stunning, honey. Angela managed a weak smile. Meg paid while Amanda critiqued the results. Acceptable. Now, clothing. The department store felt like enemy territory. Amanda led them straight to the women's section, past racks of dresses and displays of accessories that might as well have been instruments of torture. Size 10 should work. Amanda began pulling items. We'll start with basics. 3 everyday dresses, 2 skirts, 4 blouses, appropriate undergarments. Nothing too flashy, Meg added. Age appropriate. They accumulated an armload of clothing in various shades of pink, white, and pastels. Each item felt like another nail in Devlin's coffin. A floral sundress, a knee-length denim skirt, a white blouse with pearl buttons. Dressing room, Amanda pointed. Try the pink dress first. The dressing room mirrors reflected a stranger. The pink cotton dress had small white flowers scattered across it and fell just past her knees. The cap sleeves left her arms bare, and the fitted waist emphasized a figure that was decidedly not feminine. Let us see. Angela emerged reluctantly. Both women studied her with critical eyes. We'll need some padding. Amanda made notes on her phone. And definitely shapewear, but it's a start. They made her try on every item. The white pleated skirt with a baby blue sweater, the jean skirt with a pink t-shirt that had princess written in glittery letters, a yellow sundress with spaghetti straps that made her shoulders look impossibly broad. These will do for now. Meg gathered the accepted items. We'll build more as we go. Shoes next. Amanda steered them to the footwear section. Size 11 in women's. Start with flats. You'll need to learn to walk properly before we attempt heels. The white canvas sneakers weren't too different from what she was used to. The pink ballet flats felt alien. The strappy sandals with the 2-inch heel might as well have been torture devices. Practice at home with these. Amanda added them to the pile. Now, the pharmacy. The pharmacy trip introduced new humiliations. Makeup, nail polish, feminine hygiene products, just so you understand what women deal with. Pink razors, floral-scented body wash, hair accessories in colors that matched the new wardrobe. By the time they returned to the car, Angela felt hollowed out. The boy who'd slammed the door that morning felt like a memory from another lifetime. Get dressed. Meg handed her the pink floral dress and white sandals. You're not going home in that robe. Changing in the back seat required contortions, but Angela managed. The dress felt wrong in every possible way. Too light, too short, too exposed. The sandals had thin straps that dug into her feet. Sit properly. Amanda turned from the front seat. Knees together, smooth the skirt under you first, hands folded in your lap. The drive home felt endless. Every traffic light brought the chance that someone might look over and see her. See him. See whatever she was now. Back at the house, they made her help carry in the bags. Mrs. Patterson next door watered her roses and waved cheerfully. Meg, I didn't know you had family visiting. This is Angela, Meg called back. She'll be staying with us for a while. How nice. Welcome to the neighborhood, dear. Angela managed a small wave, her face burning. Inside, she wanted to drop the bags and run to her room, but Amanda's sharp look kept her moving properly. Small steps. Posture straight, skirt swishing around her knees. Upstairs, Amanda directed. We're redecorating. Her room, Angela's room, transformed over the next 2 hours. Posters came down, replaced by framed prints of flowers and inspirational quotes. The dark blue comforter gave way to one in pale lavender with matching sheets. Stuffed animals appeared on the bed. A vanity table replaced the desk where she'd planned her pranks. Your old clothes. Meg held out garbage bags. All of them. This felt final in a way even the dress hadn't. Each shirt, each pair of jeans, each symbol of her former life disappeared into black plastic. The baseball uniform from freshman year, the leather jacket she'd saved for months to buy, concert t-shirts from shows she'd probably never attend again. The underwear, too. Amanda's voice brooked no argument. Everything. When the last item was bagged, Angela stood in the lavender room, wearing the pink dress and feeling utterly unmoored. Nothing familiar remained except the walls themselves. Now we establish the rules. Amanda produced yet another document. Daily expectations. You'll read this and memorize it. The list was extensive. Wake at 6:30 a.m., shower using only approved products, style hair and apply light makeup, lessons would be provided, dress and outfit laid out the night before, breakfast at 7:30 helping with preparation and cleanup, daily chores assigned on rotating schedule, lunch at noon, afternoon activities including walking practice, voice coaching, and behavioral therapy, dinner at 6:00, full table setting required, evening journaling about thoughts and feelings, bed by 10 p.m. Journaling? In this, Meg handed her a pink notebook with a small lock. Complete honesty. We'll read it weekly to track your progress. That's private. Privacy is earned through good behavior. Amanda's tone cut off protest. You'll also complete these worksheets daily. The papers were titled Understanding Feminine Grace and Developing Empathy Through Experience. They contained exercises like list 3 ways you could have handled yesterday's conflict more gently, and describe how your actions might have made others feel. This is conditioning. The words slipped out before Angela could stop them. Yes, Amanda didn't deny it. Your previous conditioning created a person who hurt others without remorse. This conditioning will create someone who thinks before acting, who considers others' feelings, who contributes positively to society. By forcing me to be a girl? By forcing you to abandon the toxic masculinity you've wrapped yourself in like armor. Meg sat on the bed beside her. The clothes, the name, the behaviors, they're tools. They break down the walls you've built and force you to experience vulnerability. I'll be a target. People will what? Mock you? Bully you? Make your life difficult? Amanda's expression was unforgiving. Like you did to others? Consider it educational. The truth of it hit like a slap. How many times had Devlin, made cruel comments about boys who seemed too soft, girls who didn't meet his standards? How many rumors started? How many tears caused? Your first apology letter. Meg pulled out stationery decorated with small roses. To Brittany Morrison, the girl you said those things about online. I don't know what to say. Start with, I'm sorry. Mean it. Explain what you did wrong. Don't make excuses. Promise to do better. Meg set the paper on the vanity. You have 1 hour. They left her alone with the rose-scented paper and a pink pen. Angela stared at the blank page, mind spinning. How did you apologize for trying to destroy someone's reputation? For spreading lies that made them afraid to come to school? She started writing, crossed it out, started again. The dress kept distracting her, fabric shifting unfamiliarly against her legs. The sandal straps dug into her feet. Everything felt wrong, but maybe that was the point. An hour later, Amanda reviewed the letter with a critical eye. Too many excuses, try again. And this time, imagine how you'd feel if someone said those things about you. The second attempt took 40 minutes. The third, accepted grudgingly, took another hour. By dinner, Angela's hand cramped and her head throbbed. Set the table. Meg handed her plates and silverware. Remember the proper placement. We went over this. Forks on the left, knives and spoons on the right. Napkins folded into triangles. Water glasses at precise angles. Every movement felt performative, like playing house. They ate baked chicken and salad in relative silence. Angela struggled with keeping her knees together while seated, with taking smaller bites, with not slouching over her plate. Tell us about your day. Amanda's command caught her mid-chew. You were there for all of it. In your own words, practice your new voice, softer, higher pitch, and it's you were both there. Angela swallowed and tried again, pitching her voice unnaturally high. Today was difficult. I signed papers and became someone new. We went shopping for clothes I never wanted to wear. You changed my room into something from a magazine. How did it make you feel? The honest answer would involve profanity and probably violate the behavioral contract. Uncomfortable, scared, like I'm losing myself. You're not losing yourself. Meg reached across to touch her hand. You're finding who you could be without all that anger. After dinner came walking lessons in the living room. Amanda demonstrated the proper way to move in a skirt. Smaller steps, hips swaying slightly, arms close to the body. Angela felt ridiculous attempting to copy her, like a bad comedy sketch. Again, your stride is too long. Again, don't swing your arms like that. Again, shoulders back, chest forward. By the time they allowed her to stop, her feet screamed from the unfamiliar sandals and her face burned from constant embarrassment. Shower and change for bed. Meg handed her a white nightgown with small pink flowers. Hang the dress properly. You'll need it again tomorrow. The shower brought new challenges. Floral shampoo that smelled nothing like her usual brand. Conditioner that required leaving it in for 3 minutes. Pink razors for shaving legs. A process that took forever and left several nicks. The nightgown felt like wearing a cloud. It floated around her body, hem hitting mid-thigh, making her feel exposed despite being alone. Angela caught her reflection and quickly looked away. The person in the mirror wasn't anyone she recognized. Lights out in 15 minutes, Meg called through the door. Don't forget to journal. Angela sat at the vanity with the pink notebook. The blank pages mocked her. What was there to say? That she hated every second? That she wanted to run but had nowhere to go? That the threat of Stanton hung over every thought like a guillotine? She wrote honestly, knowing they'd read it. About the fear, the humiliation, the strange disconnection from her own body, how the clothes felt like a costume she couldn't remove, how the name Angela tasted foreign on her tongue. The bedside lamp clicked off at exactly 10 o'clock, leaving her in darkness that matched her mood. The lavender sheets smelled like fabric softener and femininity. Everything about the room whispered that Devlin was gone, replaced by this Angela person she didn't know how to be. Sleep came eventually, bringing dreams of pink prisons and names that wouldn't stick. The next morning arrived with Meg's knock at 6:30 sharp. Rise and shine, Angela. Shower first, then I'll help with your makeup. The routine felt no less strange the second time. Shower with the floral products, shave everything smooth, moisturize with lotion that smelled like vanilla, the white cotton panties with tiny printed hearts, the bra that required contortions to fasten. Meg appeared as Angela struggled with the hairdryer. Here, let me. You need to learn the right technique. 20 minutes of styling left her hair falling in soft waves around her face. The makeup lesson involved more products than seemed reasonable. Foundation, powder, mascara, lip gloss. Each step accompanied by explanations about blending and color matching. The jean skirt today. Meg had laid out clothes on the remade bed, with the pink princess shirt and white cardigan. Sandals again until you're steadier in them. Dressed and painted like a doll, Angela descended for breakfast. Amanda already sat at the table, reviewing papers. Good morning, Angela. How did you sleep? Fine, ma'am. The response came automatically now, training already taking hold. We have appointments today, voice coach at 9, therapist at 11. Amanda slid a schedule across the table. But first, morning chores. You'll vacuum the living room and dust the shelves, properly in your outfit. Consider it practice for moving correctly in daily life. Vacuuming in a skirt required constant vigilance. Bending to reach under furniture meant remembering to crouch rather than bend at the waist. The dust cloth snagged on her freshly painted nails. Every movement felt calculated and wrong. Better, Amanda observed from the doorway. But watch your posture. You're slouching again. The voice coach operated from a small office downtown. Dr. Patricia Hendricks specialized in speech therapy, but apparently took special cases like Angela's. She spent an hour analyzing pitch, tone, and resonance. "You're fighting your natural voice," she observed. "Instead of forcing a falsetto, we'll work on lightening your natural tone. Breathe from here." She placed a hand on Angela's diaphragm. "Speak from the front of your mouth, not the chest." Exercises followed, reading passages in different pitches, recording and listening to playback, practicing specific phrases until they sounded appropriately feminine. By the end, Angela's throat hurt from the effort. The therapist's office was worse. Dr. Marcus Webb had clearly been briefed on the situation. He spent the first session establishing baselines. Why did Angela think she'd acted out? What did she gain from hurting others? How did it feel to have the tables turned? "I'm not here to judge," he said, though his notepad suggested otherwise. "I'm here to help you understand yourself better. The person you were caused pain. The person you're becoming has the chance to heal. But first, you need to be honest about why Devlin did those things." Angela shifted in the chair, hyper-aware of how the skirt rode up slightly. "I don't know. It was fun, I guess, having power over people. And now? Now I don't have power over anything, not even myself. How does that feel?" "Terrible, terrifying, like drowning in pink fabric and expectations." "Educational," she said instead, remembering Amanda's words. The drive home passed in silence. Angela stared out the window, watching normal people live normal lives in normal clothes. A group of boys about her age stood outside a convenience store, laughing at something on a phone. Former classmates, maybe. People who'd known Devlin. What would they think if they saw her now? "Stop fidgeting." Meg glanced in the rearview mirror. "You'll wrinkle your skirt." At home, lunch waited, salad with grilled chicken, portion controlled and healthy. Angela ate mechanically while Amanda reviewed the morning's reports. "Dr. Hendricks says you're resisting the voice work. That needs to change." Amanda's tone suggested consequences for failure, and Dr. Webb thinks you're not being fully honest in therapy. Remember, success in this program requires complete commitment. "I'm trying. Try harder." The words cut off protest. "This afternoon, you'll practice walking in the heels. Low ones to start. Then you'll write apology letters to Mr. Henderson and Principal Davies. After dinner, we'll work on social media." "Social media?" Angela needs online presence. Carefully monitored, of course, but part of living as your new self means presenting that self to the world. The afternoon stretched endlessly. The 2-inch heels felt like stilts, throwing off her balance with every step. Amanda made her walk up and down the hallway for an hour, correcting posture and gait constantly. The apology letters came harder than the first. Mr. Henderson deserved more than words after what Devlin had put him through. The rumors about inappropriate behavior with students had nearly destroyed his career. Only a thorough investigation had cleared him, and the damage to his reputation lingered. Angela wrote and rewrote, trying to convey genuine remorse. The pink pen felt heavier with each word. Principal Davies' letter required admitting to every prank, every disruption, every moment of defiance that had made the administrator's job harder. By the time she finished acceptable drafts, her hand cramped and shame sat heavy in her stomach. "Better." Meg read through them with careful attention. "We'll mail these tomorrow. Now let's set up your social media." They created accounts under Angela Morrison. The profile picture showed her in the pink floral dress, smiling uncomfortably at Meg's phone camera. Interests included fashion, baking, and becoming a better person. Private accounts only. Amanda would approve any followers. "Post something," Meg encouraged. "Maybe about your journey of self-improvement." Angela stared at the blank status box. What did girls post about? What would Angela post about? Finally, she typed, "Starting fresh with a new perspective on life, learning to be kinder, gentler, and more thoughtful. It's not easy changing, but I'm committed to becoming better." "Good." Amanda approved it for posting. "You'll maintain regular activity. Nothing that hints at your past. Build Angela's presence authentically." Dinner was spaghetti with marinara. Angela struggled with eating it delicately, sauce threatening to splatter on the white cardigan. Every meal became a minefield of potential messiness that could stain the carefully curated wardrobe. "Tomorrow we'll go to the library," Meg announced over cleanup. "You need to be seen in public as Angela. Get comfortable with it." The thought made her stomach turn. What if someone recognizes me? Then they see a young woman working on self-improvement. Amanda's tone brooked no argument. "Remember, one complaint about your behavior, and it's straight to Stanton." Evening brought more walking practice, this time in the strappy sandals with higher heels. Angela's ankles wobbled with each step, but muscle memory slowly developed. Small steps, weight on the balls of the feet, hips swaying just enough to maintain balance. "You're improving." The rare praise from Amanda felt significant. "Keep practicing. Natural movement is key to maintaining your new identity." The journal entry that night ran 3 pages. Fears about being seen in public, confusion about who she was becoming, anger at the situation mixing with grudging acknowledgement that Devlin had brought this on herself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.